enough of that. Enough of that. I look a little different right now. This is kind of weird. Let's go ahead and make myself a teeny tiny bit different. Where the heck am I? How's everybody doing today? What's up, 360 TV? How you doing? Can you guys hear me? Everything fine? Does it sound kind of funky? Let me know. Let's go ahead and make myself a little bit smaller. There we go. A little more proportional. Whew. Sounds good. Okay, that's good. How you guys doing? Today we're going to be kind of just hanging out, talking a little bit. Man, it looks like I'm standing. It's probably because I am. Let's just go to the classroom. Screw it. Let's just go to the classroom. There we go. Let's head to the classroom. Today we have a few things that we can go over. We have some pizza today. It's Pizza Saturday, I guess. But if you have any questions, this is a great time to ask. We have some really cool ideas coming up when it comes to answering these. I want to start putting some of these into actual videos. So if you have any questions, go ahead and ask away. There we are. So let me know. I kind of just wanted to talk real quick about, I don't know, pretty much anything. I want to ask actually some of your questions. So let me just go ahead and put another thing. What do you want to learn? So we're going to do this. I'm going to have your questions there, and I'm going to ask you something here. So when it comes to motorcycle riding, okay, what is it that you're most concerned about? Now start thinking about it. And a lot of you guys are in different perspectives. A lot of you guys are in different areas of your journey. So for some of you, I'm guessing, like what kind of bike should I get? What kind of gear should I get? Where can I take a class? Just like little things like that. Not necessarily, hey, what's the best bike? Okay, riding in windy conditions. Okay, so riding in windy conditions. And I will put your name there. Invisible Mushroom. Let me get some music going. So like little things like that. How to practice your U-turn, how to practice your braking, how to practice your swerving. Something more specific when it comes to riding in town. It's like, in my area, I have a really bad road surfaces. I have really bad drivers. Just like little things like that. What's the coldest weather you ride in? Okay, let's just go. What's the coldest weather you ride in? The coldest weather I'll ride in is, it kind of depends. It really depends. I definitely won't ride when there's snow. It's just there's no reason to. I don't even like driving in snow, but I'll do it if I have to. But the coldest weather, I think once it starts hitting the 30s, like the low 30s, I don't have heated gear. So I'm really working with bundling up. I don't have really any gear for cold weather. So I have like a lot of mesh gear. So I'm having to put like, my Under Armour cold gear underneath, another base layer, a shirt on top, a long sleeve shirt on top of that. And then at that point, it's kind of filling out the jacket. And I'm just talking about the tops, but once it starts filling out the jacket, it's more of restrictive, and I start to like, can't really move. I start cutting off circulation when I bend the arm. So it's like, it's not really something I like to do. So the coldest weather I like to kind of get into is, maybe low 30s, if that. And then once it gets to that, I'm like, no, I'm good. Because on top of that, you got to have, some face treatment. So like, I have balaclava, some neck gaiters. You want to have your hands not frozen. Something like good socks. Sometimes they double up on socks. So it just kind of gets to the point where layering gets too much to where what I'm trying to do is just to get to work or just trying to run an errand. I'd be like, might as well get in a car, have the heater on, all that kind of stuff. But that's pretty much where I would go there. I'm looking to upgrade from a 400 to a 600 class. Any tips, tricks for the more powerful bike? Same thing, Austin. It's the same exact thing from the 400 to the 600. You are going to have a little bit more response. That's pretty much it. Think of it as, and this just popped in my head, pretty much like how can I explain it? Let's just say soccer or football everywhere else, but soccer. Imagine playing soccer with just regular shoes, like tennis shoes with they're not cleats, and you're kind of slipping and sliding, but you got pretty good at it, and now you know how to slow it down to come to a stop. You don't run and try to take off super quick because you're gonna lose some slippage, and then all of a sudden you get cleats. It's the same thing. It's the same game, same exact. You take off and you stop, but you could take off quicker. You can take off and you can stop quicker. If you have good tires, you have good traction. But the main thing here is the same exact thing. It's just that how you put your input. You don't have to put so much strength into it. You don't have to be so careful with it. Well, with this, you do have to be careful. So slower inputs, slower braking. Be very careful. It's the same game. It's just a little bit different. So the best way to do it is to get some practice in a parking lot. Any tips for trail riding, getting into dual sport riding? Not a ton of tips when it comes to trail riding. That's not something that I typically do. One of the main things is just like with anything with gravel and low traction, you're going to want to do like I just said with the soccer analogy, even though now I'm thinking about it, doesn't make sense. But I think you guys get it. You want to do slower inputs and just slower inputs. So slower acceleration, slower turning, slower braking, and then you get into more of advanced stuff to where you are purposely fishtailing it to get around corners. You're drifting a little bit. But for now, at the beginning, take it nice and easy. Watch where your tires go. You don't want to have it go into super soft dirt and then all of a sudden you slam the brakes. It's no buenos. Hey, Tasha, how you doing? More specific to your bike, how to master using the rear brake on a DCT since I don't have a clutch to feather on slow speeds. How to master using the rear brake. Okay. So you can't really feather that clutch to modulate the speed and power to that rear wheel. So you're having to use that rear brake. Slow speed stuff is going to be a little bit different. You're definitely going to be using a little bit more throttle inputs. So lowering the throttle, using some brakes, maybe increasing throttle, using the rear brake. That's going to be something different. That's something I haven't really played around with, but that rear brake does come in handy. You might have to take the U-turn and sharp turns with a little bit more oomph because you can't really slow it down to a point where you're almost crawling. So you're going to have to really turn the handlebars, really commit to the turn, use that rear brake, use the body positioning because you're going to be probably going a little bit faster than you would if you were able to use the clutch. The only thing I can think of is that there's times where I've purposely not used the clutch in slow speed stuff, and it just turns into where I made sure I did full lock handlebar turn, used a little bit of rear brake, and really committed to it. Clutch is just one thing that you can do to do slow speed stuff. Thermal air, Dan. It's 5 Celsius at the moment. UK low 30, still riding warm. Very good. Yeah. How you doing? How much throttle do you roll on from a stop to go on a right or left hand 90-degree turn without kicking out the rear tire, or are you using friction zone until bike is upright, then roll throttle? How much throttle do you roll on from a stop? That's very specific to the bike. Like lower CC bikes, you have to roll on a little bit more than you do on a higher CC bike. It's basically once I get myself going, I can start letting off the friction zone to where it's open and then give myself some of that throttle. At a light 90-degree turn without kicking at the rear. A lot of it is trusting your rear tire. If your rear tire is doing really well and it's in good condition, 0 to like 15 miles an hour is not that big of a deal very quickly. So I'd have to get a little more information, or at least watch what you're trying to do. Hey Dan, I have a question. A lot of your guidance can be applied to Can-Ams as well, but what would you add for tips on three wheelers? I own one. They're great, Vinny. Let's go ahead and just do this then. The heck? All right. So we'll do that because it's hard to copy and paste. What tips would I add for that is that your turning is going to be a little bit different. Obviously, there's a lot of things that kind of play into three wheelers versus two wheels. Two wheels, you can really just lean into the bike. So the forces behind it are a lot different than three wheels and four wheels. In a car, you're kind of like at the mercy of it, possibly like moving, like flipping over if you turn too quickly. With a motorcycle, you can really lean into it, but then the possibility of low siding is there compared to, having a car where you don't low side. You flip. So one of the things that you got to really be careful about is that when you are going quickly through a turn, it's going to have a different dynamic. So that's why slow look, press, and roll. That's why planning your ride and going through corners is very important at a slower speed, and then adding some speed there. One of the main things that I found, yeah, exactly, Fee, is to really just take the three wheeler class, because there are going to be some differences. There's not a whole bunch of differences outside of your turning is going to be one of the bigger things. Your balance is going to be one of the bigger things. You have a lot more weight on that front end, so your progressive braking will be a little more sharper. So really the main thing is that turning. So all the road strategy is the same thing, because you can use the Smart Rider principles in the road strategy. By the way, let me see if this works. There we go. The road strategy is all going to be the same thing. You can take that in a car, you can go on a bicycle, you can go on a three-wheeler, and all that stuff. What's up? Not so sure. Thermal underwear is a must for cold weather riding. Yeah, I love thermal underwear. It's nice. Hi, Dad. I love you. I miss you. We don't need milk anymore, and I use my allowance to buy your cigarettes. Please come home. Fee, how you doing? Listen to a friend and one sec. Bought myself some riding gear, all because I started watching you. Still need to acquire more, but I'll be ready for my ride by spring. Awesome. Very good. Mandy got bike. How you doing, Mandy? Listened to a friend and bought a street bob. Uh-oh. Just kidding. I don't know if you like it or not. Got M1 and took HD class. It's 50-50 on the amount of people who say my bike there is, yeah, 50-50 on bike too big for a first bike. And people say it's fine. Grew up riding dirt only. Oh, you should be fine then. You're gonna get some rear tire slippage with that thing, because it's a pretty powerful bike. The main thing with bigger bikes is that they want to stay up. I mean, any bike, they want to stay upright. So if you're riding, they're going to stay upright. The only problem is that when you get to a stop and you're having to do some slow speed and you're having to, park the bike, and that's when things kind of get a little squirrely with bigger bikes. And that's only if you don't know how to maneuver a bike. And as a beginner, there it is. That's one of the problems. That's why some 50-50 when it comes to that. So your biggest thing here, the biggest weakness, I wouldn't even say weakness, the biggest training point that I would give you is focus more just to start, focus more on slow speed maneuvers. Focus more on handling that bike on and off the bike. So like play around in the garage or where you have it parked, and get used to moving it, get used to the balancing points, get used to, putting it, I don't know, like putting it on its side stand. So sitting on it, mounting, dismounting, get used to doing that. And then when it comes down to actually riding it, you're taking the MSF, practice a lot of those U-turns, figure eights, tight turns, swerves, go into a parking lot and really get to a point where you are understanding that bike in and out. And it's not going to be the biggest deal when it comes to maneuvering that bike. Once it gets to speed, like when you're going like 45, 55 interstate stuff, it's just going to handle perfectly. It's going to be fine. Where it can really get you is that when you're in town and you have to come to a stop really quickly, handlebars are kind of turned weird. You're not really balanced. You weren't really ready for it. And then like you dump the bike at a stoplight or a stop sign. And that's where it's just that's where the big bike part comes into play. So, if you really want to mitigate some of that stuff, get yourself, what is it called? It's like the Bung King sliders for Harleys. So if you do drop it, it falls on that versus hitting your tank or hitting your exhaust. That's where I worry, but I'm working every day on my half circle driveway and nearby parking lot. Perfect. I'm doing it right. Hey, you are doing it right, Mandy. That's great. That's great. If you guys have any questions and stuff, or if you want to like talk to other people, we do have the Discord. The Discord is free. Oh, you got the bunking. There you go. Perfect. Look at that. You're already on the right path. Hang out on the Discord. Discord's absolutely free. Let's see. Ideally, you would have a full gear every first ride, but if you can't get it all at once, what gear would you prioritize? Helmets first, of course. Yes, Joey. So helmet first, gloves, because you want to have that good tactile grip and feel, because sweaty hands are no buenos. And then a jacket. Gloves, jacket. So like it's basically head, hands, chest, and it's like it just goes down from there. It just like goes. So pants next, boots. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, it's hard to escape with the wide bike. Yeah. But that's one of the problems. It's a trade-off. You get stability. It's more like a car versus motorcycle, but then you lose out on the escapes that you can do, lane filtering escapes. I was in a car accident last Friday. Oh no, had I not recognized and anticipated the car not stopping at the stop sign as early as I did, I would be texting from my daughter's hospital room. I'm glad you're able to mitigate some of that. So that's really good. That's really good. Whew. That's very good. I think we're going to get started pretty soon. That was great. When is the next meetup upon a starry night? I don't know. What do you guys think? Where's everybody from? Because I would love to, honestly, just set up Sunday morning, like meetups here in Tucson. Sunday morning meetups. I don't know, just to get coffee, get some breakfast. Sunday morning meetups. I think that'd be great. There's actually a place right next. Yeah, there's a. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it a thing. Get myself a breakfast burrito at this place that I'm talking about or I'm thinking about. Oh, this is screen printed now. I think it's a little too big. Whatever, that's just me complaining. Get myself a breakfast burrito, kind of hang out. It's a decent parking lot. Sundays are a little, maybe I got to check on the time. We won't do a ride together just because I don't like to do things like that. But I don't think there's any well, there's a if we do a ride, we'll do an easy group ride. I know an easy group ride. Yeah, when it's warmer, Tosh. Yeah, right now it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm thinking Tucson. I'm gonna start doing that. It's like it's an hour or two out of my day, once a week. Meet with you guys. It's realistic. It's not like hey, we have to do a full on event. Nah, it's just let's get some breakfast burritos. Let's meet each other, hang out a little bit, get the DDFM crew going. Let's just do that. Starting next week. Because tomorrow I got a Spartan race in Phoenix. Yeah, I'll post it. And I'll be there. And that's the thing is I'm going to show up. Nobody shows up. I got myself a breakfast burrito and I head home. Not a big deal. All right, we're doing that next week. All right, guys, I think we're going to jump into this. Let's go and get to that first video. There we go. Whew. Let's go ahead and start recording. I'm going to ride after this. But here we go. We have a biker's video. Let me know if you guys, I don't know. What am I saying? Let me know. Anyways, let's get into this. This is a biker's video. Whew. Oh, a little bit too close there. All right, here we go. We're coming in through here. Lots of traffic. I would definitely be in orange stage. Oh, somebody cut you off. Don't know why they did that. Okay, where'd that red car coming from? That's what I'm be looking at right here. What's up, noobs? Dear noobs. Okay, this guy's just a terrible driver. Let's go back just a little bit. Okay, so this is kind of the situation we're in. Not very good line of sight. Remember, we're trying to plan our ride a little bit, position for safety. We have a decent space cushion. Line of sight's not the greatest. You can see through. Let's go and get my pen out. You can see through a little bit in between the truck and the white vehicle. I guess that's an RV. I don't really know until we kind of move forward a little bit. But yeah, you can see a little bit there. That's a decent line of sight. Not that big of a deal. We do have an escape path here. This is a decent space cushion here. Okay, we're in a good spot outside of this guy right here. Don't like that spot. Don't like being there. So we're kind of coming up to here. We got out of it. Cool. Now we're staggered. We're staggered. Whoa, somebody did this. Okay, there's no centerline stripe. This is definitely an area that is not, good engineers, good civil engineers and traffic control. And it seems like the guy decided to, with the F-150, run around the red vehicle without looking. Okay, jerk. A little bit of a jerk. Kind of handled it, not a big deal, but now put yourself in a better position for safety. Our line of sight is now taken away. We don't have good space cushions. Our escape routes are terrible. Roll off the throttle and move on. Okay, now we're coming in through here. Now, this is going to be a lane filtering, lane splitting hazard. What are some of the lane filtering, lane splitting hazards that we typically come across? It's going to be people swerving into us in open lanes. And we don't have escape routes to left and right very well. And our line of sight's decent, but we don't have space cushions left and right. Let's see what happens here. There's the open spot. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, we moved into it, but we weren't paying attention, and now we crushed our hand. Hey, it's still upright. Oh, there's the hand.
Machuquei muito.
Yep. Weren't paying attention. Speeding. Whoa, did he move? We didn't blur that part. He's missing part of his bone. Or his finger is ripped off. That's his bone sticking out. He completely lost the last part of his finger. So he's got an amputation, a traumatic amputation to his left ring finger. I forgot what that finger is called. Yeah. It's probably stuck in there.
Eu me lasquei feio. Me lasquei feio. Que buceta! Cara, eu tô bem não, mano. Eu tô muito machucado. Machuquei muito.
He degloved that finger.
Cara, me ajuda aqui.
So, gear?
Não, mano. Pronto.
It'd probably do the same thing, even if you had gloves on.
Aqui pra mim, nossa, mano. Que desgraça, velho. Nossa, me lasquei demais, cara.
So let's take a look at this. So motorcycle gloves, which by the way, oh, I forgot to say, everybody, everything on the shop is 30% off. Black Friday sale. So for November, just November 2022, 30% off of anything on the store. And this is a glove holder, and we're talking quickly about gloves. This is a DDFM Crew glove holder. Absolutely love it. Check it out. But yeah, rescue packs, drills, all that stuff, 30% off. All right, so we are coming through here, riding around. This is right when he has his finger still. And we're accelerating 45. It's going to look right. Wasn't turning. He's 48. So he was accelerating while, trying to turn and get around this. So his skill level isn't there yet. So when it comes to being a smart rider, we need to maintain our fundamental skills. But the big thing here is recognizing that we're in a hazardous situation. We needed to swerve. We needed to actually turn. We actually needed to do our stuff. I don't know why he was looking outside of the fact that everybody's on the shoulder, so maybe he's looking for somebody on the shoulder. Wasn't paying attention. This is the impact. This is the moment that he had a traumatic amputation to his left ring finger here. Rips off the whole top part. Very painful. He's not feeling it right now because adrenaline's pumping, but he will feel it soon. I don't know if they're going to be able to save it. I've actually seen that before, not in a motorcycle accident, but it was in a cooking accident. Somebody accidentally sliced off a finger. I was able to put that part of the finger in a plastic baggie, put that into another plastic baggie that had ice in that plastic baggie, I don't know if they were able to save anything, but that's how you handle it. You put the amputated thing, the finger, into a plastic baggie, zip it up, put that into another plastic baggie that has ice in that plastic baggie, zip that up. You don't want the ice touching the actual finger or the flesh, but you do want to keep it cool. So they might be able to save it. They might be able to reattach it. But when it comes to something like that, they might just pull the skin over and be like, hey, kind of screwed. Kind of sucks. No international shipping for rescue packs. Sorry about that. So there's the impact. And that's how much of a force it is. It's just going to lock the bike in. He's leaking coolant everywhere. He's going to look down at his bike. He doesn't really notice, like, there's something wrong with my hand. The pain is now starting to really come in. He's looking at his bike like, what's the situation? How did this happen? Kind of like a disassociated, like your trauma response is disassociation real quick, derealization real quick. Like, I don't get it. What happened? And then all of a sudden the pain grounds you back in. The situation kind of grounds you back in once your body can actually think about it. And then he looks at his hand and it's a big blur. No, we're going to see it real quick because bikers forgot to blur one part of it. Hopefully he doesn't get his video demonetized. It is right here. So that is his bone sticking out. Kind of already talked about that. And so now it's like, oh crap, we're kind of screwed. Right now you notice how there's no bleeding, and that's good. Typically at this part, it's just capillary bleeding, maybe a little bit of venous bleeding. So when they check your blood glucose, they poke your finger and you get maybe a little bit of blood coming out. If you're super calloused, you know, a lot of people that work with their hands, super calloused, you might not even get blood out. But sometimes, you know, you have to like actually squeeze it to get a couple drops, and it pretty much, you know, self-seals on its own. So that's what you have here. You just have a lot of capillaries, a little bit of vein, like venous, arterioles, just very small ones. And so it's not bleeding a lot. That's a good thing. If it started to bleed a lot, let's say you ripped open your hand right here and you're missing all of your fingers right here, and now it's just kind of coming out of your carpals, the metacarpals, you're going to have some blood. And that's where you have that tourniquet. That's where you have bleeding control supplies. And we have that on the store right now, 30% off, Black Friday. Might want to check it out. But yeah, he's got a traumatic amputation to his finger.
Eu me lasquei feio.
Yeah.
Me machuquei muito, mano.
Pretty pissed about it.
Não, mano, pronto.
But he's handling it.
Coloca o pezinho aqui pra mim. Nossa, mano,
Just throw the bike on the ground. Screw it.
Nossa, me lasquei demais, cara.
Screw it. All right, here we go. We're going to go through another thing. So what I mentioned, though, real quick on this one is that his finger, if you have gear, it might not solve that because the gear is not there to like there's no impact absorption on your motorcycle gloves on your fingers. You have abrasion resistance for that. So if it slides, you're fine for the most part, but it can do the same thing. It might not be as graphic as that. It might just crush it, which is a lot better, but you still might have to get it amputated with surgery. His finger fell on the floor at the end?
Não, mano, pronto.
Oh.
Coloca o pezinho aqui pra mim. Nossa, mano, que desgraça, velho. Nossa, me lasquei demais.
All right, here we go. So we are, you know, before we jump into this, let's go ahead and put, let's show you guys the shop. Because we are, like I said, 30% off everything. 30% off everything in the store. All November. Boom. There we go. All right, so we're moving through here. Oh, let's go back. All right, so we are going in and out of traffic. Somebody's going to switch lanes on us. We're going to get kind of pissed off. Got pushed out a little bit, swerved out of the way, found an escape path, moving on. We're going to go and continue doing the same patterns and same thing that we were doing that got us into a close call, and that is exactly the problem that I keep seeing with newer riders. Let me go ahead and rephrase, or at least give you some nuance on that. This is what I see with newer riders that continue those habits to become experienced people that are terrible at riding. So that's one of the things that I really want a lot of you guys to understand. And this can apply to relationships. This could apply to your learning, just on a personal growth level. This can apply to driving, motorcycle riding. This can apply to anything that you do in life. If you practice bad habits, you're going to be an expert at bad habits. If you are an expert at bad habits like this on a motorcycle, you're going to put yourself in situations that will put you in danger, that will cause loss of life, life-altering issues. And then on a smaller scale, let's talk about playing soccer. You practice bad habits, you're never going to win. And if you do win a game, or if you do win a 1v1, you know, somebody in front of you trying to take the defender trying to take the ball from you, you're going to lose a lot. Your win-loss ratio is going to be terrible. And then you're going to be blaming others because you're constantly practicing those bad habits. In motorcycling, a lot of the things people will blame drivers because of all these close calls, and the win-loss ratio is terrible here. So if you really take a look in the mirror, if you take a look at what you're currently doing, and this is one of those examples right here with this motorcycle rider, is that we should not be doing this. So hopefully he's taking a look at this. For you, if you think that this is what you should be doing, take a quick look. Stop yourself. Just stop. Like literally, like look in the mirror and tell yourself, okay, we're starting fresh. I got to break these bad habits. I got to stop doing this. And I have to know the real way of doing it. I got to be aware of the actual process of being a smart rider. I have to actually know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And then you have to actually go out there and practice it. Slowly but surely, one little win at a time, one little step at a time, you're going to get to a point where now you're an expert at good habits. But you have to start off as a beginner of good habits. Apply that to weight loss, apply that to eating right, apply that to stop drinking, apply that to stop smoking. Small little things. Stop telling yourself, I can continue doing this and everything will be fine. Because in 10 years, smoking and eating yourself to death is not gonna be fine. 10 years of this, close calls every day, you're gonna have a crash. These are the people that it's not if but when. Let's not do that. Small wins, change your habits, understand you're doing something bad, don't feel shame for starting over. The sunk cost fallacy of I've been doing this forever, I don't need to change is absolute bullshit. Has a close call. Let's just go ahead and continue doing. No. And that's in the 1 second. Let me come back. I need to get another energy drink. Listen to some music. So everything I just said, when it comes to being aware of the situation, aware of the problem, when it comes to taking action to start over, the cognitive dissonance of it all, of like, well, you know I should be doing this, but this is what I like doing. Well, if you know what you should be doing, that's what you should be doing. So cognitive dissonance. And then being accountable for your actions. Being accountable and be like, you know what? I created a plan. I took a small step, and we're going to use working out as an example because it's something that not recently, but it's something I've always had to deal with, is that I like sitting on the couch and watching TV. I like sitting and watching YouTube videos. I like doing this. I like eating a little bit. I'm gaining a little bit of weight. I'll just move up to a large shirt instead of the mediums, which, by the way, true classic mediums look great. Link in the description for discounts and everything. But anyways, I was like, yeah, I'll just keep doing that. But I knew for a fact internally, my heart was getting worse. My resting heart rate was getting worse. So my cardio was terrible. I'm pretty sure my liver was getting a little bit fattier. Didn't feel good, felt lethargic. So I had to become aware of the situation. I became aware of the situation. I decided to go to the gym. Let's just do push-ups, maybe some pull-ups, maybe some bodyweight squats, and get out. Small steps led to where I am now in there for an hour, constant, no bull, back to what I used to do all the time. And then looking back, I was accountable. I made sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking breaks if I need to. I'm not feeling guilty for not being able to make it to the gym, and I'm going to continue doing that. And I say all that stuff because right here is our challenge coin. Okay, this is the DDFM Crew challenge coin, 30% off on the store. And on the sides, and this is all dirty because I keep it in my pocket. So just in case any of you guys want to challenge me, mine is 001. Let's go ahead and see if I can. There you go. So 001, the DD from Cruise Smart Rider. It's the challenge coin. But I really want to show you guys on the sides, and it's kind of hard to see. So it says action, awareness, and accountability. So it starts off here, awareness, action, accountability. So let me go and get me back here. So when it comes to this is something I truly believe in. Something I truly believe in. Only 300 of these are made. You have to take the DDFM pledge. Go out there, practice. Go out there and be aware of the problem, take some action, practice, do what you need to do, and be accountable for it. That right there will get you far in life. It's very simple, first principle thinking. Go out there, grab it right now. It's on the store, 30% off. It's the cheapest it's ever going to be. Maybe check out a rescue pack. But definitely, I'll take a one vice or I'll have a vice. But smoking and drinking, yeah, I stopped doing that for the most part. Smoking, I had a medical card for PTSD and my depression. I stopped smoking back in July. Or at least taking that medication. That's how I like to look at it. It helped out a lot. All right, let's take a look.
What the?
Oh, what do you think happened?
Fuck.
What do you think happened?
What the fuck is your problem?
What do you think happened there?
What the shit?
It's a bad spot.
Bullshit.
What was the best decision of your life? You said that was your second. That's interesting. Too much rear brake, too much front brake, panic. So look at, this is the moment we're able to see the actual footage when it first starts. We switch into this lane. We're probably accelerating. We're going to make a turn here just like this person. They went out in front of them first. We slammed the front brake. Or rear brake, both. Yeah, we lost traction. We start to fall down. So this is one of those problems when you slam the brakes instead of doing progressive braking. You need to have that progressive braking in order to actually have that traction so that when you're putting more weight on that, it doesn't slide, it sticks. Okay? So right here, you guys do this right now. Do this in wherever you're standing, or sitting. So put your hands on top of your other hand. Put your hand on top of your hand. Just kind of barely do it and just slide it across. Just slide it across. Now, put some weight and try to slide it across. You see how it doesn't want to slide? So when we first apply the brakes, we're barely on the surface. Okay? So once we slam the brakes, it's like, whew. But if we apply a little bit of brake pressure, put a little bit more weight on that hand, and then try to slam the brakes. When I say slam the brakes, go ahead and now put more brake pressure on. So we're putting a little bit of brake pressure, a little bit of brake pressure, a little bit of brake pressure. Now we're going to put the rest of it, and it doesn't want to slide. That's what's happening with progressive braking. We are applying it, getting weight on that front tire, getting more and more weight, and then now applying the rest of it, and it's stuck. If we try to do it real quick, it's going to slide right out from underneath us. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here.
What the fuck?
That's what happened. Damn.
What the fuck is your problem?
These true classic shirts. I'm sorry, guys.
What the shit was this bullshit?
True Classic, links in the description, the official instructor sponsor of our apparel. Great stuff. I completely bought myself a whole new wardrobe from them. All right, here we go. It's a red light. Okay, we stop. Don't get hit from rear. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Yeah, so it's at this point, Um, hmm. I don't know. Something just kind of hit me. I feel like we already. Pause the music. Why are you guys here? Not in a mean way. Why are you guys watching these videos? I'm kind of in this weird spot right now that I am seeing and recognizing crashes and close calls like almost immediately. Like before they even happen. Coming to learn, that's good. Okay. I guess, from my perspective, let's go ahead and have a little chat. Everybody. Just gonna make myself a little bit bigger here. So I guess what I was trying to ask is like, what is your perspective when it comes to this live stream, this live class, this live webinar? I guess we can call them webinars. Like from your perspective, this is where I wish I could just have like a conversation, and I think I can through the Discord. We have a way to do some really cool stuff. From my perspective, this is episode 142. We usually do at least 2 videos, but there's been times where I've done like 3 or 4. So if you really think about it, we're talking like 280, 209, 300. Let's just say 300 videos, and each one has 20. So I mean that's 6,000 clips, right? 20 times 300, 6,000. No, 600. What am I talking about? 600 clips at least. And then before that, we've had so many different videos. So basically where I'm trying to get at is, from my perspective, is that I've seen so many of these things that there's not much else to really teach that's new. It's like one of those areas of kind of where I'm at is I love doing this. It's just that it gets to a point where I have to like make stuff up to keep it new, because this stuff keeps happening, and I don't want to make stuff up. I'm not making stuff up. So you're actually getting Daniel right now, by the way, guys. A little existential crisis, I guess. Yeah. New people all the time. Yeah, love a review. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 6,000. Yeah, 2 times 300. Yeah, maybe I'm just having brain farts here. It kind of came down to like, let's say all this repetition of doing all this stuff. You're doing repetition of riding your bike, and you kind of get bored of doing parking lots, so you want to move on to the street. Then you get bored of the street, and you want to go in the mountains. You're like, this is too dangerous, so you go to the track, and now it's like track days are all you like, and then you only do that once a month. And that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to this, is that I love doing these live streams once a week. I love being a part of this community, and that's what it's going to stay. But it's like, where does it evolve? Where does it evolve? And that's where having some of you guys involved in this discussion is important. And that's what I like to do on the Discord. And I'm going to be jumping on the Discord a little bit. And that's why I like the idea of doing a community meetup every Sunday. And so I get myself a breakfast burrito and hang out with you guys. I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of bored of watching people crash. And that I don't want that to seep into what we're doing here. And so like what I always do is I just kind of evolve. And I always evolve and do that stuff. So I'm kind of at the point, I'm really at the point where I want to turn this live stream, this live webinar, into an actual show. live riding and teaching. I love to do that Balcor. I've actually looked into that. It's very expensive, and it's with all the cameras and stuff, it's almost impossible to do that on a bike. I like doing one-man show type stuff. What's up, Lewis? How you doing? So I want to turn this into an actual show, and having a podcast, having some pre-recorded segments is something I would like to do. There's just like a lot of stuff that I have in the background that I really, really want to do. And it's just 2 hours of watching this kind of stuff is just kind of like, it's work now. I guess that's what it is. It's work, which is good. Work is good. Very lucky. The second channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts, has taken off, and I want to get back into that. I want to get into riding and doing all that stuff. How you doing, Dakota? I want to do some more tip stuff. I want to do some more things like that. It's just I feel like Dan the Fireman YouTube channel is evolving because I am. I really, really, because we only have like 88 people in here. We used to hit 300 people consistently. So like I've recognized that it's kind of going down a little bit. And I think the niche is kind of going away. Yeah, fee. Yeah, there's a way to make it change. There's a way to make it change into like an actual show. It's just that now we're talking investment and whatnot. I don't know. Kind of like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to get at. So let's just sit with me for a little bit. Let's go ahead and go into the office. There we go. Boom, instant. Look at that. Let's go ahead and stop recording. Nathan, we'll jump back into it. So we still have footage we have to do. Jeff Christensen, that's kind of the direction I was thinking. I want to get back into coaching. I would like to. We have the MTC Rider Academy. Okay, we have Motorcycle Training Concepts. That to me is kind of the direction I. How can I put this? 'Cause I'm brainstorming with you guys. This is like a video journal. I've been going through some stuff, and I want to do like a video journal with you guys. Motorcycle Training Concepts is going to be the thing that I'm going to be focusing on heavily. It's going to be something that I truly enjoy doing. It's something I want to hire content creators so that they can teach what they want to teach in their experts stuff. So if there's like a track day guy or woman, have them do it. And like teach the class, have some footage, have some video. Same thing with somebody that's a motorcycle mechanic, somebody that's a good gear reviewer, somebody that is a medic. I already have prep medic. I'm gonna see if he wants to jump back into doing this. And I just want to focus on road strategy, and I want to focus on actually going out there riding and doing that road strategy. I think close calls and crashes are very important. They have a distinct value to them so that we can see what's happening. But 2 hours of it, it's almost too much. I think one video is good, but then that kind of messes up how the whole channel is. So I kind of put myself in a hole when it comes to doing that, because I've been doing this for 3+ years now. So that's not something I want to do. So I feel like Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel, the YouTube channel, is it needs the, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that as a firefighter, I was doing Dan the Fireman as a side thing. It got to the point where being a firefighter wasn't doing it for me anymore. Passion was there, it was decreasing. I saw that chapter of my life starting to go away. And then I went all in on Dan the Fireman. I was excited. When it comes to now, Dan the Fireman is like my old firefighter job, and Motorcycle Training Concepts is like the Dan the Fireman. So now it's like Dan the Fireman. I'm having a great time on this channel, and I love doing it. I do, but I've been doing this channel specifically. This channel, I started in November 2006, and I've been doing this consistently since 2016, so 6 years. And I launched Motorcycle Training Concepts in 2020, and I haven't been able to really do much to it. And I get that same excitement on that channel than I did when I first jumped into Dan the Fireman as a firefighter. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I'm working hard to make Motorcycle Training Concepts the newest thing. And Dan the Fireman is still here until I retire from this channel. Fee, I think you're right. Fee, I think you're right, because I remember having like a conversation just like this when I left the fire service and got into firefighting, or into Dan the Fireman full time. I asked you guys and I talked to you guys back then. I think this was 2018, so 4 years ago. If you would support me, and you guys did. So what I asked was, subscribe, become a patron, and you did. And within 6 months, it was amazing. I was able to kind of go full time. Well, that weather helm, that's a great question. It's a great statement, because there's no question mark. Your street smart analysis is unique and saving lives. Please don't quit. So I think it's more of an evolution, is that I think teaching using close calls and crashes and after action reviews is very important. It's just that it's like, let's say it's 80% of what I do. I want to knock it down to 20. I want to use that other 60% that of that energy and moving it into something else. I still want to do. I find it very important. I find it feels like there's, with that 60%, I can add in, meetups. I can add in private coaching. I can add in, because I do have, like I said, 6+. Like at the end of the day, years and years and years of experience means something. So it's just kind of where I'm at with that. Some local groups, Balcor, yeah, we do, and that's the thing on the Discord. We do have some local groups. Have I thought of a collab with MotoJitsu? I did back in the day. I don't like the guy in person. It is what it is, and I'm at the point where, like, Dan and the Fireman was like super duper nice guy. I'm at the point where it's like I don't really give a crap. I don't care. Get to 1 million subs and subs. It's not really the motivator for me. Subscribers is not the motivator. As long as I'm able to continue doing what I'm doing and I can see at least one person at a time get value out of it, that's all I care about. So basically what I'm trying to get at is motorcycle training concepts is the next thing. I've been really working hard on that. It's the next thing that I want to do. The MTC Rider Academy is the next thing I want to do. I'm changing up the structure of it. It's not going to be a subscription service like Patreon, because I did move, like I said, firefighting to Dan and the Fireman to Patreon, and I just knew the models of it. And so then I was like, I'll just make motorcycle training concepts in MTC Rider Academy, Patreon, kind of like that. No, we're switching it to straight up, you buy the course, you get it. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's just kind of what I'm going to be doing. I think the course material is great, but then really focusing on in-person stuff. The Smart Rider drills are amazing. I love doing it. They're a lot of fun. I think having some local stuff, just kind of practicing some drills. It's like, hey, come hang out with us. We're going to be doing the righty-tighty today. Hey, come out with us. We're going to be doing the triple threat today. I got the timers out. Let's see who gets the best time. Whoever gets the best time, I'll pay you back for the breakfast burrito that you just bought. Just like little things like that. I would love to do that. Obviously, liabilities and everything is important. People signing paperwork and whatnot. But I want to hire instructors. I want to be able to do all that stuff, and I can't do all that without. That's basically where I'm at, guys. Dan and the Fireman is funding MTC. Dan and the Fireman, this channel is funding motorcycle training concepts. It is funding the MTC Rider Academy. The amount of effort and time I've been putting into it feels like I'm starting over, which is a great feeling. I like that hunger that I have, or that feeling of hunger. So if it's at the point now on those channels where it's like, great, we're doing okay. It's not where it needs to be, but the more people that switch over, the more people that go over, the better it is, and the more content I can produce. And I think this channel itself is taking a ton of my time, a ton of it. A Sturgis style Dan in the meetup, and that's Lewis. Like I want to have a meetup event. I want an event where it's just about you guys. Have like a stage like this, you guys could take pictures in, vendors, and it has nothing to do with me. And that's the thing. Motorcycle training concepts doesn't say Daniel in it. That's the point. Fee, I think you're right. I mean, that's part of it. Is like it's a lot of this. Since I guess I'm the owner. Yeah, I'm being frank with you guys here. I'm being very down to earth. This is who I am. This is just kind of what's going on. Dan and the Fireman and Motorcycle Training Concepts is me. It is me. Dan and the Fireman is purely me. There's a team behind it. I got Nathan. But Motorcycle Training Concepts, I want it to get to a point where it's not me anymore. I'm going to die at some point, and I want this to continue going. So like, if something will die without me, we're not in a good spot. So Emiliano Nunez with a $20 donation. I appreciate that, man. Really do appreciate it. That's great, man. I appreciate that. I've been able to build up resources. I've been able to build up, educational materials to the point where uh, we can really launch MTC. We can really launch MTC. The shop is at the top of the chat. That is a big thing. That supports the channel quite a bit. But I think we both know. I think we all know. Let me go ahead and get this up. That the YouTube channel is a big driver of a lot of this stuff. So if you guys swing on over to Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel, subscribe there, just start there. That would really help. It would really help. We're going to be putting more and more out. But the one thing that kind of drove this home for me was this video right here. This was like what I used to do. And we're going to get back into crashes because Nathan needs some clips to do. We've been putting out some YouTube shorts and whatnot. My goal is to get down to like a 1 hour live stream. But 70,000 views. This is what I used to do. And it's just me in the parking lot. So when I see this, and I'm like, you guys like this? Because I'm following what you guys like and what you guys determine that you want to do. All I'm doing is talking about tips and things from my experience, which is coaching, in a parking lot, doing some drills, which is training. Why am I doing this by myself? I'm not going to fire my partner. No, he's no. We pivot together. He's a team. It's a teammate. I want to have a local meetup where we're doing the righty tighty. I think I do some other stuff. I do different ones too. Oh, maybe not. I think the righty tighties. Oh, I did lefty loosey and stuff. We go through here. We have a timer on it. So we could time each other. Have drinks. Relax. Not drinks and drinking, but water. Hang out. Film. Because that's what's paying for this. Advertiser revenue. But for the most part, I want to do coaching. Yeah, Christopher, I think so too. Fee, I think so too. It's just kind of it's a scary risk. I think you both have like entrepreneurial minds. It's a scary risk, and I just need to do it. I need to pull the trigger before things kind of like I stick with like what I've been doing, and then just like hating it, and then it's obvious, and then all of a sudden it dies. That I've been in that position before, and that's when I pivoted to this from doing this, and now I kind of want to go back, and I think that's just the natural evolution of how things work. it's just kind of scary because of the sunk cost fallacy, right? Because this channel got 500 something thousand subscribers. So it's just kind of one of those scary feelings. But there was also the scary feeling of leaving the fire service after 11 years to do something that's new. So, I mean, I get that cognitive dissonance going on right there. I understand. I feel it. I see it. I guess what I need is a little more support in different areas, I guess. And maybe that's what I'm trying to reach out. See, being aware of like what's going on, you know, I guess what I'm doing is reaching out a little bit. And it just sucks because like in Tucson or in Arizona, it's like in the summertime, nobody's gonna want to come out to nobody's gonna want to come out and do this. So I think there's gonna be some seasonal stuff going here and there. Yeah, guys, if you switch on over to Motorcycle Training Concepts, that'd be really helpful. We got 30,000 subscribers, which is great. Which is great. We got a whole rescue kit training. This was my first foray 1 year ago. So like I had this idea a while back. The first foray into having a guest instructor teaching how to use the equipment. And here's the academy class that I did. Here's the drills. So yeah, you also have options. You don't have to dedicate this channel to one thing. Yeah. I mean, I've tried posting this stuff. Like, the reason why I created this channel is that I tried posting this stuff on this channel, and it like died. Like, I get more views on this channel than I do on this channel for the same video. So I wish I could have just transferred everything to here, but then it's Dan and the Fireman again. Kind of goes back to what I don't like. I don't know. 2022 has been and here's the academy. 2022 has been the year of changing. 2022 has been the year of transitioning from what am I trying to come up with? Yeah. I mean, it's been, you guys, if you've followed, Fee, I know you followed, but if you guys have followed my journey in 2022, it's been pretty big. It's been pretty big. There's a lot of stuff that's happened. Like a lot of stuff. So I think this kind of goes back to a little bit of the mental health. You guys typically see me talking all the time. So like when you see me like not, I understand this is a new thing that I usually journal about, and then I come up and talk to you guys. So this is something that's been bothering me for a while, and I'm just kind of getting some biofeedback from you guys, which is great. This is what I love the crew about. I love the crew. This is why I love the crew. It's all about this. Literally, like, so I guess it's easier to kind of go down chronological with this. January 2022, I let my EMT lapse. This is the first time since ever doing that, ever. I had told myself I wouldn't do it, but I remember towards the end of 2021, I'm like, you know what? I'm not an EMT anymore. I don't feel the urge to do it anymore. I don't feel that I don't want to do another refresher outside of the fire service. I already did that once. So 2022, January 2022, I let my EMT lapse. And I was an EMT since 2005. So we're talking 17 years. And okay, that was the first thing. Separated from my wife in March, actually towards the end of February. That was like another thing that it's like, there's many reasons for it, but it was just like, okay, throughout all this time up until now, really kind of self discovery, a lot of, uh, I guess the best way I can put it is that I woke up September of last year. I was more open about the mental health and the trauma that I had as a kid. And so it's like the old Daniel, the old Daniel from the first 35 years of my life is kind of done. It's over with. And it's like, what do I want to do now? It sounds like a midlife crisis. It really does. It really does. And if it is, whatever. But there is definite, like, legitimate, objective, societal reasons for every decision I did. So it's like I had the feeling, and then I sought, 4 years of therapy, reading books, asking feedback, really doing the scientific method of it. Of like, am I right? Because if I'm not, what should I be doing? You know, because how I feel is not matching my reality. So like, is my feelings the problem? Is my reality the problem? And it came down to my reality was the problem. My feelings were right. There's a few things that I could have changed, and I did. So like, I grew on both ends, and that's kind of what 2022 has been all about. And like, I took a look at this, and it's like I put myself in a rut. And I want to do something different. And that's the thing is like for the longest time, it's like I've wanted to do something different in all aspects of my life. And I chose not to because it's like, well, this is what I'm doing. And I just need to make it work. And so like once I realized you don't have to if you don't want to. If it's too much, if it's a drain on you, you don't have to. Kind of at this point. Yeah, trauma healing is intense. Yeah, Dom, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Um, and it's like the only thing that stayed. Here's the thing: the only thing that stayed is wanting to be a good father. Um, and the principles, the smart writer principles. That's the teaching principles. Those are the teaching verticals. But the guiding principles of what I'm doing here on this channel and for MTC stayed. So really, the only two things that stayed from my past life, from all of this, being a good father and continuing to save lives in the motorcycle community. The only two things. And my beard. The only two things. How I accomplish that kind of changed too a little bit, but the guiding principles behind anything I'm doing right now are those two things. I guess the purpose. Yeah, the purpose of my life. There you go. Are those two. So that's where I'm at. We do have to finish off this video. Uh-oh. Are we back? Oh. There we go. We're back. We're back. We still have to finish this video because, like I said, we still have a job to do. We still have a job to do. I think what I have to do is expand the team so that I can take away 60% of that 80% I'm dedicating to this channel. Love review. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm actually doing pretty well with this divorce. It's not what I wanted. But I understand it. So I'm in a good spot. This is definitely like way better than I'm in a better mental state, like way better. Like I have accepted it, and like I get it. I get it. I get how relationships end. And that's because how my relationship with my parents ended. I basically divorced my parents based off of everything that I've lived with and dealt with as a kid. I divorced my friend of 17 years, basically. I divorced my old self, basically. Is the audio? How's the audio? And so like with this, it was like the last one, adult relationship, and the only one I won't do that for is my kids. So, oh yeah, and yeah, I give myself a lot of self-care, a lot of self-care, a lot of self-care. So don't worry too much about that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting. All right, give me some time. Like, if I keep talking about this, I'm not going to get to the actual content. Give me some time to kind of get back in the headspace so I can make these videos. So let me go ahead and get through some of this stuff. Let's get some music going. Let's get the one song I like. And then we'll do 2 songs. Just kind of relax. We'll skip this one. Actually, we'll start it back over.
What the shit was this bullshit?
Thanks for listening. You know, pause the music. Thank you guys for listening. You guys are all amazing. The DDFM crew has always been there for me. I'll always be there for you. This is a great relationship that we have here. You helped me through when I left the fire service to do this full time. I know you guys are going to be here to help me move into MTC. So I probably will make a full-on, just like a 2-minute video explaining all this stuff and posting on this channel. And then, honestly, you know, Fee and everybody that has been like, hey, do it. Let's go all in. Let's go all in. Honestly, if everybody here signed up for the MTC Rider Academy right now, that would be great. It's only $4.99 first month, but I'm switching it away from a membership site to, like I said, it's gonna be it's like you pay for the course. That's it. You get it forever, and the goal is to update it constantly. So, all right. Let's get some music. 2 songs. Yeah, Fee. All right, see, that's where you got it. You understand. Thank you, Tasha, always. It was nice seeing you at MMI. Danger Ranger, yeah, we'll continue doing this. There's benefit to it, but I think there's other things that I'm skilled at that I think are just as beneficial. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. I think that's what I'm doing. I think that's what I'll do. Thank you for the confidence boost. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing that I've learned. I can do it. I have some insecurities and doubts. I talk to a secure relationship, which is the DDFM crew. You guys are like one of the most secure relationships I have. And you just listen to me. And now I feel better. And that's what having a good relationship is all about. You guys aren't solving this problem for me. You just listen to me. So I appreciate you guys listening to me. I really do. That's a secure relationship. It's good to have one. It's good to have one. Joey, will all of you guys marry me? And that's... Pause the music. We're going to get back into it. That's what I want to have at local meetups. I want everybody to show up and be like, I'm having trouble. I'm having this. And everyone there is secure in this aspect, you know, maybe not in other aspects of life, but it's like, you know, Joe over here is like, hey, Phil, I'm having a tough time with this. Phil is like, talk it out. I'll listen. That's what I want. And then you guys do some smart rider drills. Thank you, one only. Next Sunday, we're going to have a meetup here in Tucson, even if it's just by myself. It's good to get out of the house. Let's get some breakfast burritos. That's all we're doing is just getting breakfast. Yep, pause the music. I think that's really what it is. I just want to go to a place. It could be Nico's, right? Let's just go to a place. Let's order some food. Sit down and eat for like an hour or two. And then leave. Like one only, like what we did with Chris Paris when we had lunch. That's it. That's it. That's all I want. But imagine like 20 dudes and women. And we'll go from there. Yeah, no reason to ride, or you just show up. Just show up. Once this song is done, we're going to back into it. am not paying for everybody. This is no, I love synthwave for this reason. It's got 10 more seconds, I think. There you go. All right. Here we go. Oh, this is a good song too. But we're going to jump right back into this. Let's go ahead and start recording again because Nathan needs to have the footage to edit. Nathan, here we go. We're going to watch this one more time. Let's go ahead and see how it goes. And we're back into the mindset of actually doing some close calls. So, all right, so it's a red light. It's green light for us. Actually, no, it's not. So it's a red light. We're going to stop, and then we get rear-ended. So one of the big things here as a smart rider is we need to acquire and use personal protective equipment because in this situation, there's not much we could have done. Not much we could have done. So having a back protector and a helmet in this situation is very important because you're going to fall back, hit your back, whiplash, hit your neck, hit your head. Not good. Putting your hands down. Yeah, gloves would help out a little bit, but the main thing here is back protection and a helmet. So check your back protector right now. So go and get into your closet, wherever you keep your motorcycle jacket, and look at the back protector. If it's that gray foam, that's not a good back protector. That's just foam. You need to have CE level 2, I believe, 1620-2, and you want to have an actual back protector. Usually it doesn't come with it. So when you buy a motorcycle jacket, usually it's just that gray foam. I believe Icon, when I did talk to them a couple years ago, they said that all of their gear comes with a back protector. Don't quote, I don't care. Check it out, but make sure it has CE level 2 back protection included. If you don't, you can always buy it afterwards too. Not much you could have done there. Seriously, that's why as a smart rider, we have gear just in case. And if this person was severely injured and we showed up on scene, we can rescue that person. If we're driving and we saw this, we can rescue that person. Always have a rescue pack. 30% off all of November, everything in the store. Check it out. All right, so Illa, here we go. Good space cushion. This guy's probably going to switch into our lane because it's a big open lane. Let's see what happens. No? Okay, very good. Oh, there it is. What did I say? So he actually moved over. So we moved over to this side. That was good. Avoided the situation. So let's go back to this. Okay. See, this is what I was talking about. I recognize these patterns. Get on the MTC YouTube channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. We're going to be going head first into the deep end on that channel. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff there. Check it out. Links in the description for that channel. But here's the thing. We're coming up to here. We have a good space cushion. We have this person right here. We're now in their blind spot. We recognize that there's a big open lane. This is that pattern that we keep talking about. We want to keep it. We want to have this. This is what we want. We love open lanes like this. But guess what? We're not the only person on the road that loves open lanes. Everybody loves open lanes. So you could fight for it. You can say, I'm going to control. I'm going to keep this and get into that position. Rev bomb, honk, push, all those things. Go ahead if you want to. You're a Chihuahua versus freaking Rottweilers over here on the road. It doesn't matter. I don't care how big your bark is. You're going to get your ass beat. So here, we have this person right here coming in. We have a vehicle right here, big long line. This person, that looks dangerous and gross so far. So we got a big spot right here. And this person's getting closer and closer. They don't like it. So what they're going to do is at some point switch over into our lane. They want that big open lane. So if we recognize that pattern ahead of time, what we do is roll off the throttle at highway speeds. Just rolling off a little bit is going to slow you down. And so what's happening is here's the person that's going to cross into your lane. Here's us. Now, if we roll off the throttle, they just kind of move over. Okay, if we fight for it, we're going to hit. So that's kind of what kind of happened. We just weren't aware of the situation, and that's part of what we're trying to do here is become aware of the situation. There's the brake lights. They don't like it. They recognize the big open lane. They're not checking their mirrors because they're idiot drivers. And by the time we get to this point, they switch over. We're in the middle. We're in the center of this lane. So we have left, center, and right. I like doing that instead of 1, 2, 3 because it kind of gets a little bit backwards in the UK because they don't have America units and everything. And down under, everything's flipped upside down. So here, Left, center, right. Very easy. It's a fun game to play too, by the way. Check it out. Right now, we're in the center. This person's taking over our left. We need to move to the right. They're going to take our center and they're going to take our right. So if we really had to, we can readjust and move over to the next lane. That is an escape that we have. So let's see what happens here. We're in the center. We got pushed off to the right. And we are now in a lane filtered position because this is really all we have in that area. That's it. Now, if we had to, we can ride the line. If we really had to, we can get it over to switch a new lane. Having our hand off our primary control of the throttle and the front brake is no good just so you can flip somebody off and do everything like that. Get yourself into safety first and then do that. This person's now switching to the right lane. So their goal was to stay in the fast lane or the far left and then slowly or to quickly switch over to the right lane because they're very impatient. So our job isn't to teach drivers how to do or how to drive. Our job isn't to show them what they should be doing. Our job isn't supposed to control that whole aspect. Our job is to control, be aware of what we can do, take action on what we can do, be accountable for how we reacted to all those things, and do better, 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 better. So the whole thing here is this open lane. Somebody is in a lane that is going too slow for them. They see the open lane. They want to take the open lane because they're bad drivers, not checking their mirrors, or just didn't see us. And then when they do that, our job now is, instead of just now looking at these big open lanes and patterns, is to actually get out of the way. To get out of the way. So he did a good job. It wasn't a crash. But we could prevent some of this. All right, here we go. Name a hazard here already. Ooh, lost a little traction right there. Lost a little bit more traction. Low-sided, high-sided. Okay, so we high-sided, lost rear traction. Oof. All right, so we're coming up to here. It's a turn. We got the chevrons. We got brake lights already. So we need to start thinking, this is a little bit interesting. We're going to be in orange stage. A little prepped and ready. Exactly, Peter. It's a little bit wet on the ground. We need to find escape routes. We need to increase our space cushion. Our space cushion is incredibly important here because we need to have more total stopping distance. We need to have more because when we have less traction because of the wet road, and then it's a surfactant when it comes to the oil, so it's going to lift up the oil and it's going to start draining off. So now the water and oil, now the oil is up at the surface and you're going to start sliding on it. So we need to have better total stopping distance because if we apply the brakes, he lost a little traction already. We need to apply the brakes. We need to do it gently, slower, and almost like come to like the smoothest stop ever. And at this point, we're starting to panic. So if we start to panic, it's like, well, what other options do we have in a red stage maneuver? What other options? We could swerve. We can get ourselves into an escape. We could do something. We could try. This one's a little bit dangerous because you got the guardrail, but we can maybe do this. But the biggest thing here is really preventing it in the first place. So if we can't prevent it in the first place, part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment. Hopefully, you're going to be fine. It's a crappy situation. It's a crappy situation, but hopefully you're going to be fine. So it's going to be slipped and slopping. It looks like he might have had a passenger. Yep, there's a passenger. Okay, so there's the foot here of somebody and there's a leg there. Okay, people don't have two left legs. So even more so when you have a passenger, more weight on that vehicle, you're going to have to slow it down further away from when you really want to stop. Think of like a little itty bitty car, a little schmeat car with no weight on it. You could stop and accelerate pretty quickly. Now think of like a big semi truck with a huge load. I was about to say that's what she said. I just did. A huge load on it. It takes forever to accelerate and it takes forever to stop. So when it comes to having just a little bit more weight on the tires and more weight on that motorcycle, it's going to take you a little bit more to stop. It's going to take you a little bit more to accelerate. It's going to take you a little bit more. Now you add in the wet road. Now you add in a small space cushion. You start to add in all these different factors, you're going to crash. All right, gaming gems, here we go. Moving through here, nice left turn. Whoa, straight up cut you off, but you handled it well. That person probably wants to turn right. Handled it well. Very well. So what we're doing is we're going to go in the outside lane. You can already tell what the lanes are supposed to be. So the far left lane is left turn only. This lane is going to be left, forward, and right. So we're supposed to go on the outer edge of this. You can see how we're following the lines. He's looking through the turn. We got lots of traffic right here. Looking through the turns. And he sees this person's nose kind of pointed at his lane. Okay, okay. There's the immediate, oh, this person's not paying attention. Sun in the eyes, possibly. Just not even looking, though. That's a big one. So what we have here is an escape off to the right. We have a bike lane. Okay. We can also progressively brake if we needed to, but we're in the middle of a turn, so that I can see how that's a little bit frustrating, and we got people behind us. Don't want to really deal too much with that. So he did a great job. He sees this. He recognizes it. He's going to go ahead and do something. He's going to swerve out of the way. So at this point, this is definitely going to be a red stage maneuver. What color code, what stage should we be in an intersection? It's not red, but what stage? Write it in the comments. So we're going to get up to here. Got cut off. We need to find that escape path. We found it. We're doing a good job. Boom, look at that. Great job with the escape path. Let's go back before he starts doing his head check. Found the escape path. Great, 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 great. Christopher Adventure, you're absolutely right. Found it. And instead of just being like, oh, well, I'm just going to get back into my lane, he just accomplished escaping a crash. This is a close call. He just accomplished it. He's aware of it. He's situationally aware. That's the whole point. Seeks and recognizes and understands hazardous situations. Got it. Now it's like, okay, part of the plan method here. Okay. We need to locate hazardous. Got it. Position for safety. Assess relevant. We navigated it. Now we're going to put ourselves in a new position. He's got to check. He's going to put himself back in this lane. I have to be in a better position for safety. So I'm positioning, I'm locating, and I'm going to assess if there's anybody in this area that could be a problem. Doesn't look like it. He's doing critical thinking here. He's double checking again because he wants to get in that far left lane now, because he wants to. Now the motivation is I want to see who this dum-dum is, which shouldn't be the thing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm guessing. But we got ourselves out of there. So this is definitely a smart rider. Full gear, full leathers, full helmet. I think this is an Icon airframe. I could be wrong. Full everything. Situation where this is definitely a smart rider. Definitely a smart rider. Very good. Let's go ahead and pause that so we can get that off screen. Here we go. Let's jump into this one. Pedestrian crossing. We're going to stop. Don't get here. Don't get rear-ended.
Look right there.
Did he get hit?
You had to stop for pedestrians.
Did he get hit? Yeah, he did. I was going to say he got hit. Because I heard a clunk and he got moved forward a little bit. A little bit of not worth the deductible.
Be good. Be good.
Handled it well.
No.
He's like, I'm pissed. I'm gonna think critically. I'm not gonna think emotionally. Handled it very well. If it's a nothing, you're not injured. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Very good stuff. So we're coming up to here. I would wear a little bit more gear just in case. So this should be like an eye-opening experience. Like maybe I should wear some gear, but we're doing fine. So pedestrian crossing, we need to stop for a pedestrian. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. The person wasn't paying attention behind. Definitely white stage. That person was white stage. We were situationally aware. We saw this pedestrian. We're supposed to stop. We're supposed to do it. There's a small impact, which is very dangerous for us. Even a small impact is a large one for us. Got pushed out. Thankfully, we didn't hit a pedestrian because we got pushed out. So he's not hurt. He's pointing at the sun. No, he's pointing at the sign saying, hey, you need to stop.
Look right there. Stop for...
So I'm pretty sure the guy was like, well, why'd you stop? Blah, 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 blah.
You had to stop for pedestrians.
And he's like, oh, okay. All right. So thankfully, he didn't just continue blaming the Tundra guy. So now we're in the position where it's like, I just got hit. This is my baby. I love my motorcycle. I'm not hurt. Let's go and check. I know my deductible is like $500. Is it worth the $500 deductible to go through insurance and kind of deal with all the other headache and all that stuff? Let's go ahead and double check. He's not running from the scene. Everything is recorded. I'm doing fine. Like, think about what you have versus what you don't have. Looks like nothing crazy. Maybe a little bit of a paint, maybe. I don't know. And the guy was trying to talk. He's trying to kind of control the situation with some verbal judo. I'm gonna double check you. You look good.
Be good.
So we're gonna go ahead and shake it off. Literally, we're gonna shake. This is actually legally binding in a lot of places.
Be good.
You're careful. So the guy is probably trying to make small talk. Hey, I like your bike. You know, blah blah blah. It's like I don't need to talk to you. You just hit me. We're not acquaintances. We're not friends. We're strangers. You did something bad. I'm not going to talk to you. But I'm also not going to escalate it because we've seen a lot of people escalate these situations and then it just gets worse. This is a business transaction at this point.
No.
You did great, Moto Mikey. Perfect. All right, here we go. Uncle Bob, moving through here. Any sides of the vehicles? No, this person's cutting you off. Swerve out of the way. Handled it fine. Look forward. New situations up ahead.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, that was a dumb move on that driver. Hey, look, like I said, new situations up ahead. What do you think was going to happen, Uncle Bob? What do you think is going to happen? Look,
Ahead, you fucking idiot.
look forward.
I was already in this fucking lane.
I was already in the lane. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so this is where like perspectives kind of screw things up.
Christ.
When he says I was already in this lane, okay, so yeah, you were. You switched lanes. We're not in that lane anymore. And now we're back in the lane. Do you think the Mazda was just like, oh, the bus is in that lane? See, this is where I don't understand. He assumes the bus blocked that lane, and after the bus, there's nobody in the lane, so he switched over. That's the line of thinking. I don't understand this line of thinking of getting pissed and saying this.
You fucking in the head, you fucking idiot. I was already in this fucking lane.
So that's his perspective, his reality, his truth. I can see the Mazda's truth. So if we really look at the footage, you could see where the miscommunication happened. The only thing that makes it kind of not cringy, but the only thing that makes it worse is the anger. Because we can both agree, right? We can all agree that he felt like he was in that lane. The other Mazda felt like they could move over to that lane because the bus was blocking that lane. And after the bus, there's nothing. Oh, misunderstanding. Glad nobody got hurt. All right, here we go. Mr. Braps. A little bit of a brap. MTO too much. Oh, there it goes.
First, what actually happened? See, it's kind of obvious what happened.
After action review.
Because basically I was showing off.
Oh, so that's what happened. He was showing off. How you doing, Evan? All right, so a little bit of too much braps. So it's kind of like a max pass, but instead of hitting two people and going to jail, he's just going to crash.
So first things first, what actually
What kind of injuries do you think we'll have there? Write in the comments what kind of injuries.
happened? See, it's kind of obvious what happened. I flipped my bike because basically I was showing off.
That's not a good after-action review. That's not a good after-action review. What happened was, the reason why I crashed is I was basically showing off. Like that... Yeah, bruised ego, tailbone, yeah. Land on that, sitting on a donut for the next 12 weeks. Have fun. All right, here we go. So Chevron, so this is... Oh, the runoff here is not good. Don't low side. Don't low side. There's the low side. We're going to go into the guardrail. Oh, he was able to stop before hitting the guardrail. Very good. All right, so we're having some fun in the mountains. This looks like a good road. You know, hopefully it's a single lane, which it seems like, which is kind of cool, but the guardrails are just not good. So right here, we're going a little bit too fast for the corner, for our skill level, for our bike, for our tires, for the road, at the end of the day, it could be a combination of all those things. It could be just one of those things. The main thing here is we're going too fast. Just for the situation. That's it. Just too fast. And so we low side. So we have a low side here. Low sides are no fun. Low sides are no fun. I need to like fix this up. Low sides are no fun because you're gonna start sliding. So thankfully, he was able to stop in time. The bike got hit pretty hard. He was able to stop in time before going into the guardrail. Now, if we're going super duper 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 fast and we're actually like went a little bit further, this little mark right here, this one right by my head. I'm assuming this is one. We go like one right there, one right there, one right there. I'm going to guess. So those little pillars right there are very heavy, will not move. You're going to wrap your body around it. You're going to break your spine. You're going to lacerate all the internal organs. You're going to shear off the connective tissue inside, and you're going to bleed out and die. So when it comes to riding like a maniac on these roads, and you go sliding into this, or even the metal part, you know, I don't think it's worth it. I don't know. It's up to you guys if it's worth it. If you want to continue doing this, you have a bunch of friends that die, you get injured, a bunch of friends that get injured. It's just job security for EMS. Here we go. Moving through here. Stranger rider. Okay, found an escape path. Okay, I wouldn't continue, so he's doing good. Rolling off the throttle naturally by releasing the hand. Moving off. Bad line of sight right now. Bad line of sight. Keep rolling it off so you can have a good space cushion. And then go ahead and take off. Found an escape path. Did fine. All right, Arctic Jeff moving through here. We have a bunch of different little shadows. Oh! Panic. A little bit of a panic. Crashed for no reason. But if you notice the truck swerving. All right, so check your buddy. Okay, not a full face. Hopefully nothing bad happened. I'd wear full face. So you okay? He's walking, so his limbs are working. He's breathing. His heart is pumping blood to all those limbs. So far doing pretty good. Let's take a look at this. So he crashed before the car even showed up, and I'm assuming the truck swerved because the vehicle, his motorcycle, was coming at him. But the truck, I mean, should have been off a little bit more. Maybe we should have been like we're right in the middle. So take a look at everything. We're right in the middle of the road, which is fine. But if it's a 2-lane road, let's be off a little bit more. Let's be off over here because this is a blind corner. You can't see around this corner, so we should be in orange stage. Can't see around the corner because of the foliage, whatever it is. And then we're moving off. And as soon as this person saw it, panic. A little bit of a panic. Everyone else was applying the brakes, kind of moved over a little bit. And this is the point where we rescue somebody. Gotta rescue somebody. We're full face. Anwar 888. A little bit of merging issue. Okay. Moving on. And I really want to go for a ride. We're not even done with this one video. We still got another one. All right, so Padre, here we go. Moving through here, filming with a potato. Red car hit from behind. Okay. You hit a parked car. Red car take flight. Did he get pushed into it? Might have gotten pushed. All right, here we go. Make sure you guys grab a quad lock so you can have a better phone mount. Anyways, moving on. So right here, we're a decent spot. We're turning left. Watch out for anybody wanting to do that too. Like this person is a dum-dum. Nice air horn. Definitely heard that one. Definitely heard the air horn and kind of moved on with that. So let's go and take a look at this. We have somebody straddling that line. This isn't something that they haven't made a right choice yet. They haven't chosen left or right, whatever. Just kind of sit back here. Let's not jump into that lane yet. You know, we have a green. It's stale. It's a stale green light. It might change, whatever. Sun in the eyes of the person in the truck looking back. You know, if they're checking the mirrors, they can't see. They're still straddling that line, and we see this here. Let's go ahead and roll off that throttle. Let's not fight for it. But we invested into a really nice air horn, so we're going to use it. And we're moving on after that. So A in the jungle. Oh, somebody crossing over. Roll off the throttle, apply the brakes, let them in. Let them in. Talk on your Cardo pack talk bolds and the edges so you guys can communicate with each other even if you're further distance. All right, so KRD Moto, somebody crashed. What do we do? You almost dropped the bike doing that. You could do a full U-turn.
He's more shocked than anything, but
Okay.
he went off the road.
Okay.
Smash, but his bike's leaking oil. They're gonna try and get him.
Got a nice little Cardo going on.
Oh, there's someone on one of those Facebook groups.
Yeah, pepper towing.
Let's get that sorted out for him.
Okay.
He just went around that bend a bit too far.
Rider was okay. Bike suffered some minor damages. Thankful wearing proper gear and relatively low. Okay. So thankfully it was all good. We do have that rescue booklet on sale right now. So if you don't know what to do in a crash, grab the rescue booklet.
Okay.
He just went around that bend a bit too far.
Bonus clips. Grom Squatch.
Ah, fuck.
Did you hit something?
Bunch of shit here in the road. I'm gonna.
Oh. Yeah, some stuff in the road. He's gonna move it over. That's nice. So this guy's. Oh! What the So his foot fell off and he hit the ground and now he's gonna go ahead and crash. What's the mechanism of injury here? He's like, screw it, I'm out of here. All right, so lane filtering position. What do we do? I don't care. She's on her phone. She stopped. You know, one second. Let's go back to this. Look at the traffic. Look at the situation that we're in. He's on here. Oh, the petrol's open. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Unknown Rebel. You don't have to say anything, though. I don't know. I've just seen so much of this where it's just about the phone thing. That makes more sense. Okay. Rev bomb. Side of the vehicle. Side of the vehicle. Hey, he's doing his rev bomb. Side of the vehicle. Person wants to get in. Who cares? Move on. All right. Ooh, that's a nice. That's a rock though. It's a nice shirt though. Good for you, bikers. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Nathan, I think that's it. I think what I'm going to do Gator, I think that's what I'm doing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to waste the day. I'm going to go film. I'm going to go film. I'm going to get on the bike. And I'm going to go film. I'm going to do some parking lot drills. Yeah, I need to change the scenery. I think I'm gonna go ride. So yeah, with that said, I think what is it? 2 o'clock? I got about another hour of real sunlight. I think I'm gonna go do that. So with that said, I think I'm kind of done. We still got some stuff. I got a lot of work to do. I got a whole, yeah, anyways. Awesome, on two wheels there. I said hi. Now I'm saying bye. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and take off, and I'll see you guys some other time.